Welcome to Gunslinger Graffiti. I'm here today with Sons of Oklahoma. We have an interesting little challenge for you, so stay tuned. This is the Pump Master pellet gun by Crossman. Picked it up in a pawn shop a few days ago. And I was wondering how well it would fare against a 22 long rifle and a 22 short. So today we have about 4 different tests we're going to do. We have one to see if it will penetrate a 1/4 inch pine board. Another one to see how far both of them go into a block of clay. The third one, we will shoot a deer antler to test how well they penetrate bone. And the fourth one, we're going to shoot a cantaloupe just to see the kind of damage or penetration they might do to the flesh. To see if this pellet gun is at all, if any, as lethal as a 22 long rifle or 22 short. Stay tuned. Okay, up first is the pellet gun. It's pumped up to, I think, its maximum of 50 pumps. If it does not go through, it definitely will ricochet, so we're going to wear our eye protection. I don't think we're going to need our ear protection for this, it's not that loud. But let's see if it'll penetrate that 1/4 inch pine board. Safety off. Let's go take a look. Right here. Did not penetrate. It's stuck in there. See if I can dig it out with my knife. Alright. Where is she go? Right here. Oh, there it is. Kind of folded up on itself like a hollow point. It's pretty cool. Alright. Okay, up next is the 22 short out of the Heritage Rough Rider revolver. See if it will penetrate the 1/4 inch pine board. I believe our first one hit here, and the second one was pretty dead on. I think I can kind of see the second one in there. Yeah, it's right there. Did not penetrate. There it is. Well, the pellet gun didn't penetrate. And one out of the two 22 shorts did not penetrate. So we're going to say they're about even. I think the one that did penetrate may have hit a weak spot in the woods since we've been shooting it, probably weakened it. So we're going to move right along, and we'll probably do the clay test next. So stay tuned. Alright, now it's the pellet gun versus the 2-pound non-hardening clay. Safety's off. I didn't safe this in either. I don't know where it's going to hit. Huh. Go check it out. Man, made a decent hole in the first one. That entrance is wicked. Did not penetrate through the second one.
Turn it over, let's see the back again. Okay.
It did not even make it through the first one. It's still in there. I think if you look close enough, you can actually see it down in there. Might have to get it in the sunlight though. Alright, let's go set up and try the 22 short. Alright, up next is the 22 short. Let's go take a look. They look to be about the same diameter. Actually, I think the pellet's a little bit bigger. Let's check the penetration.
Here's our previous 22 short. Alright, moment of truth. I see a
It
bulge.
almost penetrated. It's got a bulge on the back. Go ahead and take off that first brick.
Okay.
Yep, the 22 short went all the way through the first brick and almost through the second one.
Looks to me like actually it may have started to tumble. I believe it's a keyhole.
Let me focus in here. It very well could be. So as of right now, I think the 22 short is a little more powerful than the pellet gun. Let's hit it with the 22 long rifle and we'll see what happens. Alright, and now the 22 long rifle. Ooh. That had some serious damage. Look at that. I believe this is the first brick? No, this is the, yes. Yes, this is the first brick. And the second brick. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's safe to say the 22 went all the way through. Yes, this was the first one. Where the pellet hit. And then the 22 short, and this is the 22 long rifle. And this is the second one, which I believe sat like this. Where the 22 short went to and the 22 long rifle. Well, that shows you the kinetic difference between the three of them. Especially with the 22 short and the long rifle. Alright, as a bonus clip, we're going to see what the full metal jacket out of the 9mm does to the block of clay. Clear. Woo! Look at that damage. Look at that wound cavity.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, that 9mm ain't messing around.
Alright, how would you like to put a 22 right there next to it?
If you think you're accurate enough, let's do it.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, 22 versus 9mm. Kinetic energy. Wow, that is surprising. I'm gonna say you hit a weak part of the clay, and that's why it did that.
Alright.
They're actually about the same. What was that you fired? Was that a hollow point?
I believe it was a Winchester hollow point.
That's why it expanded a little bit more.
Full metal jacket versus a hollow
So
point.
that goes to show you right there. Hollow point 22 and a full metal jacket 9mm have about the same kinetic energy when they hit the body.
I'll agree with that.
That is amazing. It's a 2-pound brick of non-hardening clay. Wow. Alright, well, in light of newfound evidence, I believe our next video is going to be 22 long rifle versus 9mm. So yeah, come back and check that one out. Alright, we already know the 22 long rifle is going to penetrate the pine board because we shot it beforehand. That's why we didn't shoot it this time. So now we're just going to move on to the antler test and see if this pellet gun make it through or not, and then 22 short. And we might hit it with the long rifle, see how that goes too. Because honestly, I don't see this pellet gun competing with the long rifle. So mainly this is about 22 short and the pellet gun. But we'll also do the long rifle just as a medium too. Alright, safety's off. See if I can hit this. Hope it don't come back and hit me. I haven't really sighted this pellet gun in either, and I really hate to miss because I'd have to pump this up again, and that's not fun. I wouldn't want y'all to have to sit through and watch it. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, that was a ricochet. Where did I hit? I hit right here, I believe. Yeah, that's where the pellet hit, and it came up and hit this little indentation you can see, and then went off that way. Woo, that was a close one. Glad I hit that. I'd hate to have to redo it and get hit by the ricochet next time. Alright, enough talking, let's do the 22 short. Alright, y'all couldn't hear it in the last video, but we heard the ricochet whiz right by our head from the pellet gun. So we're a bit further back now. This is the 22 short. See how it goes. Yeah, you hit it. And it did not go through it. It just barely even put any paint on it. Wow. 22 short and pellet gun, neither one made it through. This is another 22 short that, actually he may have hit it right here a little bit. Alright, so neither the pellet gun or the 22 short made it through the deer antler. Let's load up 22 long rifle and try that. Alright, 22 long rifle versus deer antler. Ooh, that definitely done some damage. Oh yeah, it penetrated. Right there's where he hit. Went right through, blew that antler apart. Where's the rest of it? Let's see. Here's some fragments of it.
I don't see the horn.
I'm sure it's around here though. Oh, here it is. Came way back over, oh, before I pick it up. That's where it hit. Flew way over here. Wow.
I'd definitely say there's a lot of difference between short and long rifle.
Yes, long rifle is going to be fun to compare it against 9mm later. But yeah, so far the 22 short and the pellet gun are actually fairly similar. We're going to do the final test now with the cantaloupe. See how it does against the flesh.
Man.
Alright, stay tuned. Alright, final test. We've had this cantaloupe sitting in the freezer all night, but it's pretty hot out here. It's close to 97 degrees, so it's been unthawing. So, I'm about to test this pellet gun against the cantaloupe, and then we'll try the 22 short, and then we'll try the 22 long rifle after. But this will be the final test to see how the pellet gun compares to the 22 short. So far, they're about pretty much even. So, let's get to it. Hit a little high. Let's see how it does. It did not penetrate. It just hit. Well, you think it glanced out, or?
I believe it did not penetrate. I believe it just glanced.
What do you think? Should we load it up and do it again?
Yeah.
Alright, take two. Try to hit it a little more center this time. That's about as center as you're going to get to this. See how straight it went in here, and it did not penetrate. So that means it's somewhere inside this cantaloupe. Alright, let's try the 22 short. Alright, now the 22 short. That's a hit. Pretty center. It's a little high, but pretty well center. This is where the pellet gun hit, and this is where the 22 short hit. Let's go ahead and check the back. Let's see if it penetrated. It did penetrate. Look at that. Did it stop in the wood behind it?
Well, I believe this is our hole where it hit.
That's right. Yeah. So 22 short did in fact, yeah, here's the bullet right down here. There it is. It'll focus. There we go. So 22 short did indeed penetrate the melon. So the 22 short is, I guess, the winner of this. It made it through the pine board, one out of the 2 shots, and it penetrated the cantaloupe.
It's not much more powerful than the pellet gun.
But it is more powerful. So
Yes.
the pellet gun, I guess in conclusion, is almost as good as a 22 short. I guess if you had to take down small game with it, you could, but I wouldn't use it for self-defense. Alright, we're going to test the 22 long rifle against the cantaloupe. Oh yeah, that's the entrance of the 22 long rifle. I'm certain it went through.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let's get a good angle on that. Yep.
You know what? Is the exit. I think I'm gonna back up and take one more shot and see if I can't get it a little more centered. If you would, turn it sideways.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know, if you can, see if you can hit right there.
Okay.
Alright, 22 long rifle. Take 2. Gonna be aiming for the center of the cantaloupe. Good shot! That is dead center. Well, practically dead center. For a 7-yard shot, that is really good. Alright, flip it around. All the way through. You almost went through the other part of it.
Yeah, I think you'd be having a bad day.
Alright, well, in conclusion, the 22 short is more superior to the Pump Master pellet gun here. But not by much. Like I said, I would use it for small game hunting, not for self-defense. I wouldn't use 22 short for self-defense either after today. 22 long rifle, on the other hand, is looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited about the next video that we do. I want to see how it fares against 9mm.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely an interesting video.
We have a little bit of extra content we're going to put on here too. I got a couple things I want to try with my shotgun. But comment below, let us know what you thought about today's challenge, and let us know if you'd like more of them in the future. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd like to thank my wallet for funding and helping to promote this video. Bonus content, 9mm versus cantaloupe. Browning high power. Alright, we got the entrance here and the exit there. I guess you could say that would split your melon.
Oh yeah. Full metal jacket.
Alright, redemption time. One-ounce slug versus watermelon. Alrighty, well, that's all we got for you today on Gunslinger Graffiti. Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Damn thing was smoking. We did have it in the freezer though. I guess it wasn't fully falling out. But look at the damage.